Here on number 5. All right, number 5. Slope is undefined and passes through 2, 4 in standard form. All right. Anytime there is a slope that is undefined, undefined slope, that is an up and down line. All right, these lines are a little bit different. Okay, their equations alter just a little bit. So for an undefined slope, the answer is just always going to be x equals, and then your x value. You can say just x1. So whatever your x value is, the number, that's just how we're going to write it. X equals blank. So in this case, the slope is undefined. Okay, undefined slope, that means an up and down line. The equation in standard or in slope-intercept form is just going to be x equals, and then my x value that I have, 2. That's it. That's my equation of my slope of my line with a slope that is undefined. Undefined. Then when we get a slope that is 0, it's going to be the opposite. Okay, we'll get there here in just a second. So sometimes it won't tell you that it's undefined. It'll just say, it'll give you 2 points, and if you find the slope is like 10 over 0, okay, when we have that 0 on the bottom down here, that means a undefined slope. So that's how we can also figure that out. Okay, it won't always give you undefined, but if you do your y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and you get a 0 on the bottom, that is your undefined slope. So it'll be x equals the x value. All right, number 6. M equals 1/2.
We did that. We already did
Oh, we did that one? Sweet. Are we done 7?
No.
No, number 7.
The second graders did that in class today. It was so cute.
What's that?
Hey,
Oh. Where were you at?
I do the teaching things, like I go to the different campuses, and I had
Gotcha.
the second graders today, and they were like running around the classroom. Hey, but then they got their names written down.
Okay, I have 1 point right here, x1, y1, and my second point, x2, y2. All right, we're solving for slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. So what do I need in order to write it in slope-intercept form? It's not a trick question.
Y equals mx plus b.
That's the formula.
Wait, slope intercept.
I'm asking what do I need in order to write it in slope-intercept form? What are 2 things that I need? A slope and a?
Intercept.
What kind of intercept?
Together.
A V. A V.
Open.
Y-intercept. Okay. An x-intercept doesn't count. We have to have a y-intercept and a slope in order to write it into my slope-intercept form. Okay. We can get our slope by doing our formula. I have we're going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's how we solve for our slope. So go ahead and plug your y2 and y1 and your x2 and x1 into this formula right here. Plug that in and do the math and simplify it. Solve for your slope. Calculate your slope. Keep in mind those negative signs, wherever they may be.
Is it 3?
-3.
Positive 3.
y2 minus y1. Our y2 value that we labeled is -1. So -1 minus my y1, which is 5. -1 minus 5 is -6 up top. And then on the bottom, -4 plus, or sorry, minus -2 minus a negative is like plus a positive. So -4 plus 2, -2. -6 divided by -2, the negatives would cancel each other out. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So there's my slope. A slope of 3, m value of 3. Now, can I put it into slope-intercept form right away, right now?
No.
Why?
It needs to be a fraction.
Not necessarily. We can have a whole number as our m value right here.
It needs to be by an x.
Okay. What does my b stand for?
Oh, y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Do I have a y-intercept here?
No.
Yes, no, maybe so.
No, you need to use point form.
Okay. Why don't I have a y-intercept? How do I know?
Because they're just random points, no?
What differentiates a y-intercept from just any other point?
Your y-intercept is the...
Maybe it crosses over the x-axis?
It's where it is where it crosses the y-axis. You're right. If my y-intercept were, let's say, -2.
That's what it's doing.
My x value for my y-intercept is always 0. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's how I knew that.
The x value for your y-intercept is always 0. Do I have a 0 in front with either one of these?
No.
I don't have a y-intercept then. It doesn't tell me the y-intercept. Okay. So like Arlette said, I'm going to have to use that point slope form, which is y minus y1, y minus y1 equals m, and then parentheses x minus x1. Once again, for your intercepts, the opposite value is always 0. So for a y-intercept, the x value is 0, and for the x-intercept, the y value is always what?
0.
0. They're just flipped. X-intercept, y is 0. Y-intercept, x is 0. Okay, so I don't have a y-intercept here, so I've got to use this point slope form. So I'm just going to substitute my y1, x1 that I have right up here. x1, y1. So y minus 5, which is my y1. We found our m value, we solved for it. M is 3 that we solved for. Then we have our x minus our x1 in this point right up here. Minus -2 would be plus 2. Where do we go from here once we got it all set up?
You solve it.
Solve it, correct. What do we do
Subtract
first?
5.
We need to do something before that.
Distribute.
Yep. Let's get rid of this 3 in front of our parentheses right here. Let's distribute this 3 into my parentheses. So y minus 5 equals 3 times x. When I distribute, I multiply. 3 times x, 3x. And then 3 times 2, 6. we just substituted our y1 for my point, my x1 for my point, and my m that I solved. We just substituted all those right here in blue, and then I multiplied the 3 into my parentheses right here. 3 times x and 3 times positive 2. One last little thing to finish this up. I need just a y in my slope-intercept form. So I need to get rid of this 5. How can I move this -5 over to the right side? We do the opposite, so we're going to add this one. Plus 5, plus 5, cancels. Y equals 3x, 6 plus 5, 11. We did not have a y-intercept, so we had to use the point slope form, which is right here. We substituted my y1, x1 from this point, and then I substituted my m value from what we solved to be our slope to be. Have we done 8? No, 8. Okay.
No, we haven't done 8.
Thank you. Number 8 is similar to number 5, okay? So I'll just leave it at that.
No, I don't want.
Here's my 2 points. Let's find our slope with these 2 points, okay? So x1, y1, x2, y2. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So my slope, that's the formula for solving slope or solving for your m value, however you want to think of it. M value is your slope. We use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we can just substitute our values that we have from our 2 points. y2, y1, 5 and 5. 5 minus 5 over x2, 7 minus -3. So minus a negative would be plus a positive 3. So we substituted y1 or y2, y1, x2,
Undefined.
x1. And then we can do our math. 5 minus 5 is 0 up top. And 7 plus 3 is 10 on the bottom. Okay. 0 on top. What does that mean? Slope.
Undefined.
No.
That means 0.
Oh, slope is 0.
There you go. Undefined would be like if it were 10 over 0. 0's on the bottom. Undefined, 0. Undefined, 0. 0 on top. You can divide something from 0. You can do that. It always comes out to 0. You cannot divide by 0 though. That's why this is undefined. It's impossible to divide by 0 right here. So it's undefined. 0 divided by 10 equals 0. Okay. And if a line has a slope of 0, that is a horizontal line, or a line just straight across left to right. Okay? It's like number 5 in the sense that we have those undefined and zeros. They're the same thing, they're just going to be flipped, they're going to be opposite. Okay? So if my vertical line, the one we did on number 5, is undefined, and we said x equals, what are we going to do for a horizontal line for a slope of 0? If they're opposites. Vertical line, x equals, horizontal line, opposite,
0.
y equals. Okay, a line has a slope of 0. The equation, all of it is just y equals, and then my y value. See how these are both the same?
You.
5 and 5 for my y's. So your equation, y equals 5.
Wait, I zoned out. Why is y equals 5? Is it because the y1 and y2 are the same? So 5?
Because technically, okay, this is my horizontal line. this line is gonna be on y equals 5. So it's covering all of the, it's y equals 5 for every single x value left to right, forever. But it's just y equals 5. It doesn't go up or down more than y equals 5. So like on number 5 that we did where it's vertical, it's just the x values because it's going up and down. It's all of the y values, but it's only the x value that you have. This one's the same way, just with the y. Up and down, x equals horizontal, y equals.
Would it be the same if there's one negative?
There's one what?
If there's one negative, would it be
I don't
the same?
understand.
One negative meaning what?
Like negative 5 and 5.
No, because you would do your 5 minus negative 5, or the other way around, and it would get you 10 up top, and not your 0 up top.
I hate that my hair, like, thick hair gets smoky so fast.
All right, skip down to number 11. All right, all we're gonna do here with these charts is we can get our slope from the points themselves, okay? So if I'm going from -2 to 0, what am I doing there?
Decreasing. Oh.
You wanna say decreasing because you're going from 2 to 0, but it's a -2, so technically I am adding 2, okay? You're increasing, you're going from a negative number to 0, so we plus 2 there. And then what am I doing when I'm going from 0 to 6? Plus 6, okay? So if my slope is rise over run, rise is up and down, so that's my y values over my x values. So we're just gonna calculate our slope by how much we changed from one point to the other and one point to the other. So we changed y's up top is our rise, we went plus 2 over how much we ran, which was plus 6 over here. And I can simplify that fraction, divide both of these by 2, 1 over 3. So there's my slope right there. We got that just from the chart. We went plus 2 in my y's, so 2 on top, plus 6 in the x's, 6 on bottom, and we simplified down to 1 over 3. All right, now if I wanted to get this into slope-intercept form, does it give me a y-intercept? Ye.
Yes.
Through your calculator.
Where at and how do we know? Just looking at this chart.
The same number?
The same number.
But like, no, never mind.
That's
Doesn't
factor.
it show you a table in your calculator?
Yeah.
I do.
You can. We'll,
Forgot where it's at.
Yeah, something like that.
let's do it like this first, and we'll get there. Where am I seeing my y-intercept at?
On the Y
0.
side.
What is 0?
Huh?
Let's say my y-intercept is 6. What is my x value going to be?
0.
So where is my y-intercept here?
6.
Right below the first one and then right below that.
Okay, y-intercept always has an x value of 0. So right here, this is my y-intercept. That's my b value. Alright, so there's my slope, my m. There's my y-intercept. mx plus b. Y equals 1/3 x for my m. Plus my b of -2, so minus 2. Okay. Here's my equation in slope-intercept form, but I've got to get it to standard form. Okay, standard form is where we move the x's from the right to the left. How would I move this x? Subtract, right? We do the opposite, so I'm going to go minus 1/3 x, minus 1/3 x. Cancel those out. So on the left, I'd have negative 1/3 x plus your y equals the -2 that we left on the right. Then how did we cancel out this fraction yesterday?
Adding it to
We
Not adding.
multiplied the 3,
The 3, why the 3?
On both
because
sides.
that's the, yeah,
That's the what?
I don't know,
Why'd you say 3 and not 1?
because that's what I remember.
Denominator.
The denominator, the bottom number. We gotta multiply by the bottom number to cancel this fraction out. So I'm gonna multiply by 3 because 3 is the bottom number on both sides, okay? Now, we didn't have one like this yesterday, but this one, okay, this is a negative 1/3 x, okay? So all we're gonna do is we also need to cancel out this negative. So I'm gonna multiply by negative 3. Okay, that's the only little extra thing we're adding there. We're multiplying by 3, yes, but we need to cancel out that negative sign with our x. So I'm gonna multiply by negative 3. Okay, so we'd be left with whatever's up top, so 1x. Then we go negative 3 times my y, minus 3y. And then on the right, negative 2 times negative 3. Negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 3, 6.
Wait, why'd you take, oh, wait, never mind. I really can't read my handwriting, so look at it.
Alright, so we got it to our slope-intercept form. Moved our x's over by doing the opposite. Negative 1/3 x plus y equals negative 2. And then we canceled out the 3 in the bottom and the negative sign by multiplying by negative 3. Alright. We'll stop there. We don't want to have to do the last one.
I have a question.
This is about your. If I had to have,
Alright, once again tomorrow, 2-1 is due. So writing, drawing lines, all that fun stuff. And then I'll go over a couple questions tomorrow, and we'll turn those in and get to work on this section. There's like 7 questions for this stuff right here. Okay, use your notes, walk through it step by step, and we should be good.
Can I go to the restroom?
Yes, you may.